Welcome back, Agent Nation. This is your host, Agent Beamstar. Let's get right into the news. For our first story of the day, there's a lot of stories, so we're gonna start off with the small and get to the big, ladies and gentlemen. If you're grinding for 98 overall in NBA 2K19, there's something you should know.
I'm deleting this game. Oh my god, look at this. He's short as hell. Look at this. Oh my god. Look at this. I'm like a guard. Like I'm shorter than Grizzly.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you put on a mascot, it doesn't matter whether you're 7'2" or 6' point guard, your character is gonna look like he's 6'6", which I guess is a great thing for smaller players because it'll help him be taller. But for bigger players, it makes the mascot unusable. Just something to keep in mind while you're on your grind. For our second story of the day, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Ronnie 2K is in the celebrity game. Now, if you remember, Rachel Demita was in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game a couple years ago, and this happened.
No, I don't play. But I do coach, that's for sure.
Quavo with the block.
And she got hella clouded off getting blocked by Quavo. Now it's Ronnie 2K's turn to bask in the limelight, ladies and gentlemen. There was a tweet put out saying this. Our guy Ronnie 2K is representing in this year's NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. Ronnie 2K put out his own tweet saying, "Honored to represent 2K in next Friday's All-Star Celebrity Game. Childhood dream come to life. First person to correctly guess my stat line, IG post, points, rebounds, blocks, turnovers, wins Travis Copy and Pink Diamond of Choice." So basically, Ronnie threw up a lob and the internet spiked it. LD2K responded with the graphic issuing some potential ankle insurance needs. 2 air balls, 6 turnovers, 6 fouls, teammate grade D-. And someone replied to that, all 6 turnovers from bump steals. Guys, if you want to have a fun little laugh, I'll leave the link to this tweet in the description. Very funny responses. For the next story of the day, guys, on a follow-up to the last 2K drama where we talked about Nadex's channel getting terminated, there was a lot more news that came out. Let's get to it. Nade put out a tweet saying this. "I'm so depressed and sad that this happened. Never thought this would happen. I don't think it's worth living anymore." Keemstar decided to quote that tweet saying, "Damn, this kid is suicidal after a false copyright strike. Yikes." He followed up saying, "Looks like he's the one that filed the copyright strike." And another tweet saying, the plot thickens," linking to a tweet where someone was saying, "This man Nade just won't accept the fact that this is a lie and his channel got terminated because he told his following to report another man's channel. My guy, you f***ed up." So Nade was like, "No, that's not why it happened," and he released an email showing why YouTube said they ended up terminating his channel. The tweet said this: "Yo, YouTube terminated me because they thought my channel was linked to a channel that broke TOS, which was King Cut. What the fuck, man? I'm not linked to his channel." And he linked to a tweet saying, "We'd like to inform you that your channel has been terminated because we concluded that it was linked to a channel that is in violation of YouTube's TOS." And if you guys missed the gist of the story on the last 2K drama, I'll leave a link in the description, but the main story is this. There's a guy who was ripping Nadex's streams and uploading it to his channel, and Nadexe was arguing that's not his content, it's mine, so he copyrighted a bunch of his stuff. I don't know how much. Clearly it was a ton because Nadexe ended up getting terminated for it because YouTube thought that he was abusing the copyright system. So Nadexe reached out to a bunch of people at YouTube and eventually got his channel reinstated. YouTube said it was an error on their end and his channel was live for a couple of days, and Nadexe put out this tweet. "My channel is now back, and thank God. Thanks to all my fans for helping me get back. Thanks to Fwiz, I love you all." He was in good spirits. He put up another tweet saying, "Keep telling yourself that things are gonna work out, even when you don't know how. The positive attitude and optimism will start to change everything that's happening in your life. Keep having hope and keep believing that things will get better." Now that optimism was very short-lived because a couple days later, YouTube terminated his channel again, and Nadexe was obviously, like, you're playing with the dude's life. At this point, he was broken.
I was supposed to say, everybody that supported me through this, I can't do anything anymore.
done anything wrong, bro. They can't help me, they said. They said that's the last time. Abusive legal request. I don't understand. And I don't know what to do anymore. But I just gonna start over. Just continue with my real life. Goodbye, everybody.
Under that video, you had pretty much a whole lot of support for almost everybody in the community, right? As I said in my last video, you might not like Nadexe, but to see a guy's whole livelihood just get flushed down the toilet, especially for what you would argue it wasn't even really deserved, right? I mean, I wouldn't go around and copyright a whole channel's worth of content, even if they were ripping my streams, but that's what he decided to do. It was his content at the end of the day, and so Nade kind of just let the night ride out with that tweet, and everybody was reacting to it. Things got even more interesting. YBN Namir put out a tweet saying, tragic. The situation got even weirder because Dwayne Wade's son got in the mix. I don't even know what's happening at this point. Put out a tweet saying this. Y'all shouldn't be laughing at this. This is where he gets all his money from. This man's been streaming every day, grinding his butt off. Then something like this happens, love or hate him, I'm a part for you, bro. And so you might think like maybe the situation went down from there. Nadexe started to stream a little bit on Mixer until he could figure out this situation. And didn't end. Situation did not end, ladies and gentlemen. Literally just 20 minutes ago, Keemstar, the fake agent Beamstar, you know that guy? He put out a tweet saying this. Update on new drama alert. I said Nade's channel was taken down for filing a false copyright claim. That statement is true according to YouTube. However, Nade still claims he had a right to file the copyright claim. He was not abusing the system. So apparently he's talked to somebody at YouTube who verified that apparently Nade was creating false copyright claims. But Nade is saying, like, that's my content. How could it possibly be a false claim? And then Nade even replied to that tweet with a screenshot of the email and also a screenshot of that guy's content because it's deleted off the internet now, right? So you can't really find it. And it's just Nadexe Team B gets dropped off, Nadexe Team B, Nadexe Team B. It's just Nadexe content. So it's interesting that he was allowed to get his channel back and then someone decided, nah. It was like a higher up was like, I'm not with it. And then it got deleted again. Of course, every single YouTuber was having a reaction to this, and a lot of them were putting it on Twitter. Some decided to put it on YouTube, including Annoying, but a lot of people didn't find it a genuine response. There was a tweet saying this. It was pretty funny. This dude forced tears out of his eyes for views. LMAO. I'm gonna let you guys watch the beginning of the video, and then you guys can decide for yourselves.
Yesterday, I found out that Nadexe channel got terminated.
For our next story of the day, if you've been paying attention to the 2K community at all, you know that there was a $250,000 My Team tournament. Now, for the past few months, there have been qualifiers. The tournament itself was going on just last week, and Ronnie 2K and NBA 2K were supposed to stream it. The same way Pro-Am had Road to the All-Star Game or Road to the Finals, it was supposed to be like this big event that was streamed and watched by thousands. It didn't really end up like that. And not by a long shot. It was supposed to be streamed by both NBA 2K's Twitch channel and Ronnie's channel, but it only ended up being streamed by Ronnie's channel, and I wouldn't really call it much of a stream. Yeah, that was like half of the stream. There was no commentators, nothing. It was just Ronnie live streaming a screen recording of the game, and then he walked away from his setup. And then when you walk away from your setup, the Xbox dims itself to save energy. And so everybody was just watching a dimmed version with a bunch of like, it was not a stream. It was not any reasonable stream. I mean, just look at it. I just want to remind you guys, $250,000 is being given away this tournament. And we can't even see the event because this is what the live stream looked like. So according to all of the players that were playing, I don't know if they used dedicated servers for the event because especially when East players were playing West players, apparently there was an insane amount of, say it with me now, latency. And so it made it almost unplayable for the team that wasn't hosting. And when that much money is on the line, you'd think you would at least be able to provide some servers that can support the event. None of that was done, and some of the players were pretty disappointed. They put out some tweets, man. I can't speak for everyone, but I called the delay from Tip. And it was a DM of Jinsanity, who's also an NBA 2K League player, and Brown Boy, who's a 99 overall in NBA 2K, saying, "You delayed? Question mark? I am bad." And the other guy replied, "Nah, were you?" So it seemed like while one person had good connection, the other person was dealing with a lot of latency. Speedbrook was also in the tournament. He put up a screenshot of, the rest of his controller. That's what happens when you have to deal with an insane amount of latency in one of the biggest games of your life, ladies and gentlemen. Another player in the event named Goggles put out this, I guess, goodbye. First and foremost, I just want to thank God for the door he opened for me and the skill he has given me to okay. I shouldn't have laughed, all right? The 2K takes a lot of skill. Let me stop. Anyway, there was a bunch of people that were infuriated by it because it's like, it was such a good opportunity for 2K to do something big, to do something nice for the community. And they just decided they weren't interested. And everybody was asking the question, are they even trying? That's the story. Oh, and how can I forget, for the funniest story of the day, Phantom had one of those moments you dream of never having, well, for obvious reasons.
Like, I've always knew that, like, you know what I'm saying? Ever since I started doing my thing, this house is nothing, it's been nothing but draining me, my nigga, little by little, my nigga. And I think this shit won. Like, I dead think this shit. Fuck. Fuck. Oh my God.
Playing with bad stretch bigs equals this.
Bro, I literally cannot play with that nigga ammo, bro. This nigga has to be the worst fucking stretch I have ever seen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the drama does not end there. Christopher London is in the drama this time because he put out a couple tweets. No, hold on, bro. I didn't even do it. For our next story of the day, Christopher London put out these tweets. Let's see it. Not all heroes wear capes, where he links to a pretty boy Fredo prank.
Might feel a little something, okay?
Okay, I actually don't want to show the video because it's very uncomfortable, but I've done a couple videos on the situation. Pretty boy Fredo pretends to catch a predator. It's basically somebody he hires, obviously, and he ends up just abusing them, hitting them, or shooting them with a paintball gun, or hitting them with a belt. And the internet loves it. I've seen it blown up on Twitter, where people are like, oh, look, it's so funny. And Christopher London was one of them saying not all heroes wear capes. Well, apparently he quickly realized that the situation was fake because he did a follow-up tweet saying this. Really out here faking pedophilia to feed their family. Cash Nasty responded to that tweet with a meme saying, sorry I'm late, have the comments started yet? Agent Zero himself responded with the facepalm emoji. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Fredo is still doing those fake pranks. It is cool to do a regular fake prank, but he is literally pretending there's an issue, a very serious issue that doesn't exist, for views. And the internet is eating it up. And part of me is confused how you can't tell it's fake. Why would a YouTuber with millions of dollars, millions, my guys, ever risk getting sued by beating the shit out of somebody and assaulting someone? He would never do it. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars if that guy takes him to court, unless of course it was an actor getting paid $5,000 to get beat up. Trust me, you go to Hollywood, you go to Miami, you go to these places where a lot of people are trying to make it. That's easy money for some people. They've done a lot worse for a lot less. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the news. If you missed a couple drama alerts, they're on the screen, bro. Go ahead and click one of the videos, all right? Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm out. Peace.